What's going on, everybody? This is Check the Gate and welcome to Doom Benchmarks at 4K. A little bit of my specs here. I have an i7-4790K at stock speeds, that's 4.0 gigahertz, a 980 Ti with 6 gigs of VRAM, 16 gigs of memory at 1600 megahertz, the latest Windows 10 Pro 64-bit, and Nvidia driver version 36519. That's Doom Game Ready drivers. Let's go over the specs, start a new campaign. New slot, and let's go over the settings. I turned the audio, the music down so you guys can hear me a little bit, and then when we're ready to go, I'll turn it back up. The video settings tab is very simple. Before we go into the advanced, we have the resolution at 3840 by 2160. That is 4K. Anti-aliasing is at TSSAA 8 times, even though at 4K you don't need it, but for this purpose, let's stress out the machine and let's go with 8 times TSSAA. Vertical sync off, of course. Motion blur, I don't like this in games, especially in first-person shooters, but for the sake of testing, we're going to keep it at high. Field of view, it defaults at 90. I like it at 110. That is personal preference. Let's go to the advanced tab. It defaults to high. Let's go to custom, even though ultra is pretty tough on your video machine. Let's go with ultra on the lights. Shadow quality, there is a Nighmare tab. Directional occlusion quality, let's go with the highest. Decal quality, let's go with ultra. Decal filtering, anisotropic filtering should be at 16 times, always on all games. This has no bearing on performance. It should be by default, but it's there as an option. Virtual texturing page size. Let's go with Nighmare. So far, we have 2 Nighmare options: shadow quality and virtual texturing page size. Okay, reflections quality ultra, particles quality ultra, compute shaders. Let's have that ticked. I don't like motion blur like I mentioned, but for the sake of testing, let's go with that. Everything else ticked off. Film grain. id and Bethesda, they're famous for this. They like to add some post FX. This is actually post FX. You can turn this off. It's personal preference, but it defaults at 1.0. Let's do that to stress it out to see how it runs at 4K. But normally, if you're not benchmarking, go ahead and turn this off if you want to. If you want to add some of those, post FX. And then show performance metrics. Yeah, so let's go with Nighmare. Let's back out and let's save. Ooh, that's very nice up here. I like that. All right, I think every game should have that. And it shows full specs. And I'm guessing by the way, let's go with low. Oh, that just shows the FPS. Okay, let's keep it at Nighmare and let's get on moving with the show. Let's start a new campaign. Oh, before we do that, sorry about this. Let's go with the audio and let's go back up 100%. Start campaign and Nighmare. I'll leave the console command in the Steam options to unlock this by default. You don't have to complete the game with these 3 settings. You can already unlock Nighmare. I'll leave that in the description. Now let's get on with the show. Hopefully I won't die. I heard Nighmare is pretty tough, but let's see how we fare out.
They are rage, brutal, without mercy. But you will be worse. Rip and tear until it is done.
We have to contain this.
Cannot determine the cause of the demonic invasion until the Rezop satellite is brought back online.
Welcome. I'm Dr. Samuel Hayden. I'm the head of this facility. I think we can work together and resolve this problem in a way that benefits us both.
Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown in effect. 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 presence at unsafe level. Lockdown in effect. Demonic presence eliminated. Lockdown disengaged.
He cannot be allowed to leave this place. He will ruin everything.
I'm willing to take full responsibility for the horrible events of the last 24 hours, but you must understand. Our interest in their world was purely for the betterment of mankind. Everything has clearly come